You are listening to the Gaming Cube podcast with me, your co-host Simon Halliday, and the main host, of course, Thomas Dallard.
Alright, hello guys, and welcome back to another edition of the Gaming Cube podcast. This is your host Tom Dallard, and this is now episode number 20, I believe, Simon, yes?
Co-host Simon Halliday.
Yeah, co-host Simon Halliday, and once-off appearance is one of my lecturers, Shah.
Our lecturers.
One of our lecturers. Well, actually, we could both. Okay, it doesn't matter.
We thought, why not? 20th episode, let me come on. Show you how it's done.
And as we've got nothing else better to do as well. I kind of got the idea from Shah today. That even Simon wants to do this as well. Why not? We'll do Pokemon this for today. How about that? Pikachu! Right, so basically to start with, as always, history, a bit of rundown of how it's evolved over the years. So the first game, from what I know of, was released in 96, February the 27th, 1996 to be more
Yeah,
precise.
I was born.
Yeah, 96. Not me, a year later I was.
Yeah.
So the thing to come out, obviously, you know the origin of where it came from, don't you? Which country?
Japan?
Yes, that's correct. Japan. So the first one to come out was Pokemon Red, and it wasn't released worldwide until like a year and a half later, so
Yes.
September the 30th,
That's actually
1998.
when I got it.
It was actually the day it came out.
I remember I was watching the news as a kid, and I was in primary school.
Oh, okay.
And I remember watching the news and just seeing a craze, all these people running for this game. I got donated the old classic Game Boy from my uncle. So it was my first Game Boy. Had no games except Mario. And I thought, okay, so saw that, really wanted it. For my birthday, I then requested it. I was like, can I have that Pokemon Blue? Because Pokemon Blue came out.
Yeah.
And honestly, after that game, it changed my life. Like, that game was like, for me, it was...
It did for most people.
Yeah.
I know I've got loads of mates who who didn't play Pokemon. As soon as I introduced them to it, and they were like, "Oh my god!" and they're now addicted to it. They still play it now, like on computer wise and stuff like that.
I've
it's a classic.
I've got Pokemon Alpha Sapphire.
That's one of the latest ones. Which one was it again?
I think
Alpha
X,
Sapphire.
Is an X the new one, or...
Omega Ruby and
Or
Alpha Sapphire. They got released last year. They did.
I've got that on 3DS.
So basically, guys, for those of you listening to this, I've literally got it on the screen here. It's a custom-made site just for Pokemon games, and it tells you about when they were released and stuff like that. But for those of you who do want to know what this site is, just in case you want to look up, it's nintendo.wiki.com. So, yeah, look for it.
Leave a like if you like Pokemon.
Yeah, indeed. So obviously all of these titles in the first generation of Pokemon, like I said with Pokemon Red, released in 96, was released for the old classic console known as the Game Boy.
Yeah.
Which I believe we all had.
Yes.
Yeah.
My brother's had a Game Boy.
Yeah, my very first game on the Game Boy was Daredevil. There you go. Daredevil, and then it went to... can't remember. I think it was Pokemon afterwards, actually. Yeah, it was Pokemon straight after. I believe my game I had was on here somewhere. Yeah, there it is. When it got released on Game Boy Advance, there's my first game, Pokemon Ruby. That was my first game.
Wow.
That got released, for me, that got released in 2003 because we're European, obviously.
Yeah.
Yep.
British, if you didn't know. So basically, there was 4 titles released on the original Game Boy. So Pokemon Red, Green, Blue, and Yellow. They were released between 96 and 98. And some of them was like late 2000, so it took a while to get trending.
Yellow was the one where it kind of developed the game where Pikachu was actually following you, so it kind of was like a bit more...
From what I remember, yes.
Yeah, that was cool. And then I remember from that, it got to when the Advance came out, they come out with, like the Gold, which is one of my favorites.
Yes.
Because the thing that changed with that
Pikachu.
one, that actually changed the whole game, was it come with a small battery, so when it was night in the game.
Yeah.
And that was a revolution.
I love
back
that.
then.
That was really good.
Yeah.
Obviously nowadays games do that a lot, but
Yeah, of course.
back then for people, if you're a listener right now and you're like 13, you won't know what Shah's on about, or me or Simon, because we're all like in our 20s and early late teenagers ages, so we're used to this sort of thing. We played this as a kid, so you wasn't even born probably at that time. Most of these kids.
Yep.
But thank you for listening anyway. Sorry. So the second generation of games, that was Pokemon Gold and Silver, and then obviously Pokemon Crystal. I don't know if any of you guys played that.
My favourite one, actually.
Oh, which one was that? Gold?
Crystal is my favorite.
Oh, Crystal.
That's the one I actually sold that when I was younger. And I've been looking for it on eBay to just buy. I'm going to frame it up.
You sold it at school?
Yeah.
Well, who to? One of your mates?
I don't know who to, but at that time, it was just, I just sold it.
Give me some money. Give me some money, bro.
But,
Give me money.
Now.
Give me money.
Yeah, I'm going to have to buy that
sweets.
again and frame it up.
Yeah. But
Wanna buy
obviously,
some sweets?
loads of people I know have been playing it as of late, and the quality still looks pretty good for its time, so it looks absolutely amazing. So now we got into the third generation. Don't worry, there's not many more to go. Actually, I lie. There's about 6. So for third generation, we'll run through these quite quickly now. So these were the titles released for the Game Boy Advance, so the one after the colour. So we have Pokemon Ruby and Sapphire, Pokemon Fire Red and Leaf Green, and Pokemon Emerald, which was another game I had from the Pokemon series. And then when the DS came out in 2006, God, I've seen
the black, didn't you, and the white edition.
Yeah, I seem really old now.
Don't forget Mystery Dungeon as well.
I believe it's on here. Well, I'll probably get to that if it's on here. So then, for the fourth generation, like I said, for the Nintendo DS, we had Pokemon Diamond and Pearl, and also Pokemon Platinum, and along with Pokemon Heart Gold and Soul Silver, I had Heart Gold, and I had Platinum, and I had Diamond. There you go, those are the games I had. Fifth generation, again, for the DS, it was Black and White, Pokemon Black and White, and then along with Black 2 and White 2, I never understood those titles, really. It's a bit kind of strange. But then, obviously, what Shah was talking to me earlier, before we went to record, was try and review about how far they've actually come in terms of development of graphics. So the next bunch, the final 6th generation, the current one, was released for the 3DS. So that will be your Pokemon X and Y, along with Omega Ruby, and obviously, like Simon said earlier,
Alpha Sapphire.
To play though, but I mean, I've seen footage of it. Generally, I've got friends who have it.
Yeah, one of my mates who comes to this college has it.
Because I remember from the first one, the blue, you had Snorlax, and the Snorlax was just a little circle.
It was.
Now you see Snorlax now, and he's actually,
much bigger.
Yeah,
much bigger.
Definitely come a long way.
Kind of like Mew and Mewtwo.
In terms of the podcast.
Yeah,
yeah, I think, I'd go with that in terms of the way we've portrayed ourselves. Started off small and got bigger over the years. Yeah. So there's loads of others. Loads of other, let's say, brand extensions on different things like the Nintendo 64. You've got the Wii games, WiiWare,
speaking of
and Wii U.
One of my favorites was Pokemon Snap. I don't know if anyone's played that.
Yeah, it's right there. Pokemon Snap underneath Puzzle League.
To be fair, I used to love photography as well. And like for me, that was like, a way to just kind of take pictures in a game while playing one of my favorite games. So
gave you screenshots, basically.
That's what it did. It was cool. I also remember, what was it? Pokemon Stadium. I'm not sure if you remember that.
Yeah, Stadium.
But
Pokemon
that
Stadium.
Was the one where you could actually put your old Game Boy in, your game in.
Oh, wow.
So you could like play on the N64, but then you could also put your blue in, and you could kind of play on the big screen.
So it would look like bigger and better graphics at the time.
That was, yeah.
That's not bad, actually. I like the sound of that. All these other Pokemon, I'm not the biggest Pokemon fan, but I did play a few games simply due to the fact that I was either bribed into or I enjoyed myself. There was only a few games I enjoyed myself, but the others I just got bribed into talking to.
To be honest, my brother played more Pokemon games than I did. Certainly on
Is
the
he a
Game
much bigger
Boy.
fan, in your opinion? He probably...
I think in that time when
he was.
There was two
isn't he older than you, Simon?
Yeah, he's 22.
Exactly.
Shout out to Matt Halliday there.
There was either your Final Fantasy cruise or your Pokemon.
Yeah, Final Fantasy or that.
Then I wasn't really into Final Fantasy. Like, I was more into the Pokemon, but I had friends who were more, deep into that.
There's been loads of Final Fantasies as well. But anyway, it's probably been a long first part. Hope you enjoyed the first part so far. So now we
better enjoy it, people.
They will enjoy it, don't you worry. So now we're going to go to a halftime music break as we would normally do now. And I picked the song last time, so I'll let Simon pick this time. So Simon, what do you want the song to be for today?
Ladies and gentlemen, Hooked on a Feeling.
Hookah chaka, hookah, hookah, hookah chaka, hookah, hookah, hookah chaka, hookah, hookah, hookah chaka, hookah, hookah. I can't stop this feeling deep inside of me. Girl, you just don't realize what you do to me. When you hold me in your arms so tight, you let me know everything's alright. I'm hooked on a feeling sweet as candy. Its taste is on my mind. Girl, you got me thirsty for another cup of wine. Got a bug from you, girl, but I don't need no cure. I just stay a victim if I can for sure. All the good love when we're all alone. Keep it up, girl. Yeah, you turn me on. I'm hooked on a feeling. I'm high on believing that you're in love with me. All the good love when we're all alone. Keep it up, girl. Yeah, you turn me on. I'm hooked on a feeling. I'm high on believing that you're in love with me. I'm hooked on a feeling, and I'm high on believing that you're in love with me. I said I'm hooked on a feeling, and I'm high on believing.
Right, hello guys, and welcome back to the second and final part of today's episode, episode 20, just to remind you.
Hope you enjoyed that song, people.
Yes, the song that Simon chose, because I didn't choose it. Hooked on a Feeling, I do like it though. So I've got some awards up now for the Pokemon games. Obviously, there's long, not so long list really, but I'm just going to read out some of the main ones due to the fact that it's won quite a few actually. In total, from what I can tell, because I saw this earlier today, it's been nominated like 6 times in total for the different games.
Wow.
It's won 2 Game of the Years. I believe it won in 2004 and 2005, I believe. 2005 and 2006. So 2004 was won by Grand Theft Auto Vice City. So it won quite a few awards. And like I said, it's probably one of the most successful franchises in terms of television, films, games, comics, whatever you want to call it.
Wicked.
So with that being said, I think we'll go on to the part where we do our own little summary, our own little conclusion.
Yeah.
So you want to go first, Simon? A rating out of 10. Reason why?
Well, I pretty much... it's a hard decision. Probably 9 out of 10, but I love Pokemon though. It's awesome. Especially with all the Pokemons, you know. Pika Pika! Pikachu!
You love that. I remember being a kid and I was fascinated by all the things they were doing on the screen and stuff like that. But yeah, I'd say probably out of 10, I'd probably give it, simply as I'm not a fan, but I do like the game, I like the series, so I'd probably give it an 8. Simply due to its creativity, but the only reason why I'm not giving it a 10 or 9 even, simply due to the fact that me nitpicking, but I'm not a fan of it, unfortunately. So, yeah, I just have to give it an 8, unfortunately.
Leave a like if you are a fan.
Yes, well, they probably are. Most people would listen to this, and they find out it's Pokemon. They will stay on and listen to this. Shah, what would you give this out of 10 in terms of the Pokemon franchise?
I think as a franchise, I would also say 9. Now for me, if you went back like 10 years ago, I'd be like 20 out of 10 because, you know, I was obsessed with the game. And I agree, it's definitely changed people's lives in terms of it's impacted the youth, it's impacted popular culture.
Yep.
I mean, let me tell you how powerful it is. I remember seeing pictures in China where there was an actual building made into a Pokemon ball. I mean, that says something. The entire building was a Pokemon ball. Now, you have to be a powerful game to have that.
Yeah.
So
it's
clearly had an impact. It's clearly made a lot of money. Now the reason I'm giving it a 9 and not a 10 at the moment is because a few years ago it was the most bought game probably in the industry. Now don't get me wrong, it's famous, but let's be real, there's more popular games out now
Yeah, and also
And that's
Silent
shows.
Hill.
yeah,
Yeah.
And also don't you think it's sort of lost its magical?
Yeah, of course.
sort
I mean, like,
touch
you know
on-
what it
on
is?
the
When there
game?
was 150 Pokemon, brilliant. 250, okay, cool. Now there's like 1,000, I think, but it's like
That's
a bit too many.
ridiculous numbers.
And it's like, yeah, I mean, I used to know every single Pokemon up to about 250. I used to know their weakness, the grass Pokemon, what it
'Cause
was.
that's how much you like the
Now it's
actual
like,
franchise.
it's just you lose count now. And it's like, it was a gold mine that I think they milked too much. And don't get me wrong, it's still good, it's still fun. But yeah, due to that, I'll still give it a 9 out of 10. But I'd say there's other games now worthy of 10.
Yeah, that's fine. That's fair enough. I think it's lost its touch, its magical touch on the impact of certain people's lives and stuff like that. But obviously, back in the late 90s to early 2000s,
Definitely.
one of the biggest things going around. It's probably that big. It made like television appearances that year and all that. So probably
Yeah.
made more money than any other.
Pokemon Black and White.
Yeah. Anyway, with that being said, thank you for listening. That's episode 20 done. I can't believe we've done 20 of these now, Simon.
I know. It's the
brilliant.
big 2-0.
But yeah, thank you so much for getting us to 20. I really do appreciate all the likes on Facebook and all that.
We both appreciate
And
it.
eventually, just to give you a bit of a special announcement right here while I've got it in my head, my mum and my dad are funding something for me. That's to create and launch the brand new The Gaming Cube podcast website, which should be coming up later this year. So stay tuned for that. I will post it on the Facebook page as to when it's on live. So then once it's on, I'll happily tell all of you guys to go and check it out.
Go check it out, guys.
Yeah,
when
definitely.
it's on.
Support these two very keen students, very good at what they do. And
Thank
I wish it all the success, guys.
Thank you very much,
No
Shah.
problem.
Thank you. But anyway, thank you for listening, guys. I've been your host, Tom Dard, along with,
Co-host Simon Halliday.
and then obviously with one of my favourite lecturers of all time, Shah.
Yeah. Our.
Hour. And until episode 21.
To anyone.
Until then, we'll catch you guys later. Bye.
Adios.